How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about how I retired on crypto in about a year. Now, I'll be clear, I did not get in and get 100x's on all my cryptos or anything like that. I've been buying the dip a lot actually recently. And how I'm quote unquote retired is because of DeFi. For a good majority of my income, I'm using different yield producing protocols to be able to get constant cash flow. Now, I realize that not all of this will stay around forever, but right now I'm getting paid enough that if something were to happen and YouTube took down my account, I would have enough money coming in passively to pay for everything in my daily life. Now, this is not a flex or anything like that. I just think I always liked videos like this showing passive income, and I'm at the point now where I'm getting a significant amount, and I want to show you how I'm doing it because I know that it will help some other people out there, whether it's actually showing the protocols that I'm making money on or just some excitement for what's happening in the future for maybe someone watching this video and giving them some kind of hope. Now, if you guys like this kind of transparency, I'm going to show you some numbers. If you guys like that, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe, because this is kind of putting my neck out a little bit just because I am talking about some balances. Now, with that being said too, I did not always make a significant amount of income. I mean, I know that this is all relative, but coming out of college, I had $115,000 worth of student loans at like 7% interest, and I was making $40,000 a year. So after YouTube started to take off, then I started making significantly more, but I have not always been in this position by any means. So with that in mind, let's get into some of the numbers. You can see, obviously, crypto hasn't been doing that well, but like I said, we're going to look at some DeFi here and how that actually pays. So first of all, we have Anchor Protocol. So Anchor is making me about $2,000 a month, and I don't really usually like to show too many balances, but I have about $124,000 on there. It makes about 19.5%. If you haven't heard about it, it's Anchor Protocol. Basically, you can go to app.anchorprotocol.com and you can put in a stablecoin called UST, and you can get about 19.5%. Now, it's a little bit higher here today, but usually it's about 19.5%. And you can break it down and you can see how much you make per year, per month, per week, per day. And right now, this is actually paying a significant amount per day, about $68. Now, this is the majority of where my passive income is coming. This is actually really easy to set up. There are online guides, but basically you need to get UST. The easiest way to do that is on KuCoin. I will put a link to KuCoin underneath the video. But you can switch over from USDT or some other kind of cryptocurrency and switch it into UST right there. And then you have to set up a Terra Station wallet on your phone or on your computer. I just like the computer a lot more. Throw the UST from KuCoin into the Terra Station wallet, transfer it over there, and then you can connect your wallet on here and then deposit. So it is pretty easy. It's just a little bit weird if you haven't done anything like this before, but it pays a significant amount. Like I said, I've been building this up over the last couple months, and I've been able to get a significant amount of passive income. Like I said, I know that this isn't going to be 19.5% forever. I realize that there are risks with this, and that's something that I'm willing to take. That's a risk I'm willing to take. The reason I like Anchor Protocol versus a lot of other things, first of all, it is a high APY, but it's not unbelievable. It's not 80,000% or anything like that. It's 20%, 19.5%. Basically, they have people that want to borrow and they have people that want to earn, and they allow those people to borrow at a high interest rate. They do incentivize them to borrow because they will pay them in their native token, which is ANC, Anchor token, and they'll pay them about how much it costs for them to borrow. So they're basically borrowing for free, just getting a different kind of token. For depositors, though, you do earn UST, and I like UST because it is one of the top 15 cryptocurrencies out there when you consider stablecoins in there too. So it's one of the top 5 or so stablecoins. And it does have, Anchor has about $10 billion locked in the protocol. So if people are going to hack it, they would definitely have already tried. And of course, there is always risk. The higher the APY, the higher the risk typically. But I feel pretty comfortable in it right now. So that is where I'm making about $2,000 a month. So again, I'll put the link to KuCoin if you want underneath the video. Then I also am using Donkey. So right now I only have about $7,000 or $8,000 on Donkey. I'm going to put about $25,000 on there though. probably over the next couple weeks. And that makes me about 40%. So Donkey allows you to yield farm and get a significant amount of passive income, and they let you copy farm. So basically you don't have to know exactly where you want to put your stablecoin or other assets. They have people that are incentivized to do it for you. They give out their own token to these people that are successful in doing this, and you get a significant amount of passive income over time. You can see the 3 strategies I'm in. I have some BNB, I have some Cake token, and then I also have some stablecoin and BUSD. Now, it makes me about 40% between the stablecoin yield that I'm going to get and the 15% extra that I get for staking some of their native token. Now, I think this is riskier than something like Anchor. It's got a lot less money locked up in it, but I still think it provides a good risk to reward because I think it is fairly safe. Now, you always have to do your own research, but I think for putting a small portion of my portfolio in it, it makes a lot of sense because it does pay a significant amount. I also have crypto, and I didn't put exactly how much I have. I'm not even sure if this number is exactly correct, the monthly profit. I didn't add it all up. It's probably more than that, but I just played it conservative, saying about $500. A lot of the crypto I have is on exchanges that pay a significant amount of interest. And then there is some crypto that I have that's on cold storage, and then also in some other wallets that don't gain any interest. And then I do have money over on BlockFi. I talk about them a lot. There is a link to BlockFi underneath the video too. I have $40,000 in stablecoin, and that makes me about $267 a month just in USDC. Now, overall, that's about $3,615. Then I do have some other businesses too. So for example, I did buy a Bitcoin miner, and I actually have a partner in this business. I have about $12,000 in that Bitcoin miner, and with my cut of the profits, that's about $300 a month at today's prices of about $36,000 or $37,000 for Bitcoin miners. Now, I plan on buying some more because there are really good tax incentives, but I'll probably wait a little bit because I want to see what kind of Bitcoin miners come out towards the end of the year because there are some really efficient miners coming out here soon. Then I do have some real estate. So I have about $130,000. I have $30,000 in now. I'm going to be putting in more money here soon, and I will have that at about an 8% interest rate. Plus, I get some ownership in the rentals that I put money towards. So I think it will make me around $1,100, give or take, once that money's in there, and that is a nice chunk of change, obviously every month that will be coming in. Now, I also have some smaller dividend portfolios. I probably have about $15,000 in with it, within a couple $1,000s of that in some of these dividend stocks, and that makes me at 4% a year. That makes me about $50 a month. So that is how it all breaks down. That is another $1,420 from some of these other businesses and stocks. So overall, I have about $5,000 coming in a month. And this isn't supposed to be bragging. For some people, this is nothing. For some people, this isn't enough to live on. For some people, this is more than you make in a month. And I know for me, up until about a year ago or so, maybe a year and a half ago, this was more than I made in a month. I would have been excited beyond all doubt that I would have made this amount, and now that's coming in passively. But like I said, I know that not all of this will last forever. For example, I don't think Anchor will be paying 20% in 10 years. I could always be wrong, but I think there will be less arbitrage opportunities in DeFi just because it will mature a lot and more people will come into the space. Also, I realize that for some people, they're not willing to take this amount of risk, whether it's a Bitcoin miner, and I realize that that's going to die after 5 or 7 years. I'm going to get ownership in the real estate, but once the loans are paid back, I will not get that yield. So a lot of this is temporary income, but I realize that I can move that to other places afterwards, and I'm trying to get assets, like with the Bitcoin miner, I'm getting paid in Bitcoin. With real estate, I am getting ownership. I am trying to get assets that will appreciate over time, and this is only part of my portfolio. This is not all the money I have out there. I have a lot of growth stocks. I have a lot of crypto that, yes, it pays a yield, but also hopefully it will appreciate over time. I do have some extra cash in addition to some of this stuff too. These are the assets that provide yield on a day-to-day basis. And this is $167 or so every single day, which is more than I need to live on. I am very lucky that I live in the Midwest and I don't have any kids. I have this house that I bought already. I don't have a mortgage. So this is a significant amount of money for some people. Like I said, they might need more or less, but I want to show you some of the ways that I am making passive income now, because I haven't created another video on passive income for a while, and I was able to build up a lot of this yield over in crypto over the last few months specifically. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts on this underneath the video. What kind of ways do you make money passively, and what ways do you think I should get into? Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you guys don't mind. Check out the links down below to KuCoin and BlockFi, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.